All right, welcome back to the channel. Let's just say I told yous, I told yous. Call me Mystic Mac, yeah? Dana White, not there. And I called that for a few videos ago. I was saying that, especially with this petition about John Jones and Aspinall, watch Dana White magically not appear. Because the last fight night wasn't there in the post-fight press conference. This pay-per-view card, you would assume the CEO would show up. Of course he doesn't. Whether it's due to the John Jones thing or it's not that great of a card, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's up to you to figure that out or have your own opinion on it. But I like to think it's the whole John Jones situation. And I was really pleasantly surprised because obviously you get all these dull, boring questions like, "Oh yeah, so she was talking a little trash. Does that get under your skin? Do you think you need to change any fights to or your fight style to prepare for this next rematch?" Like, I swear we really need to like get new people asking questions. I say it all the time, but I don't care. I can't. Like, how are these guys the top of the sport asking these questions? Like, we need some charisma in there. I'm sorry, but yeah. Besides the point, they asked John Anik, "Hey, what do you think of the John Jones petition?" All that, and of course, John Anik's a company man. You can't expect him to shit on the promotion, but he's like, "Well, I think you get Tom Aspinall and John Jones, would they both have the belt? That would be a really big fight, and I can't imagine that John Jones gives a rip about having the belt taken away." And I mean, truthfully, I don't think John Jones would care either way. I just think it's whatever Dana White's got going on, man. I really wish they would have stripped him, but I can go on a tangent for hours. Anyways, I know, big shocker. O'Malley brings nothing to the table promotion wise for this press conference. That's the problem. It frustrates me because I am an O'Malley fan, and like I can't imagine or I can't believe he said that he'd be the next McGregor. Like, you got to be able to talk and walk the walk. Sean O'Malley walks the walk for sure. His fights are really good for the most part, but for whatever reason, he just can't figure it out on the mic. And the problem is, not only are people not asking for this rematch, a lot of people aren't tuning in. A lot of people aren't excited. So for him to just put nothing as much as effort into the promotion or build up or anything, that's the thing. You don't have to be Merab's moral enemy and hate him. It's just a little competitive spirit, a little fire there, a little something. I'm sorry. You'll call me the casual take, whatever. I don't care. I don't know. I would expect a bit more, especially for a pay per view. They put all this effort up to set up these press conferences to build these cards. They don't have a press conference just to ask all these dull questions. You know what I mean? That's the pre-fight interviews and all that. This is the press conference. It's different. There's a crowd atmosphere. You're supposed to amp up the crowd. And I don't know. I just think Sean O'Malley, he really needs to rethink his promotion skill set, because you don't have to be some character. You don't have to be some crazy, like, go beyond personal, like a Covington or whatever. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. It's just, I don't know, a little something. Like, I don't know. Call me crazy. But anyways, surprisingly, the women's championship fight, there's not a lot of like I would say hype for it. Like, looking at all like the Twitter, Instagram, and all that, there's not a lot of people who are like, "Yeah, I can't wait." But at least they're doing something. At least they're bringing some sort of excitement to the table. They're trash talking. They're going at it. It's not the best trash talk. It's not the most witty. But at least they're building some sort of tension. Like, the rest of the card needs to take notes, man. Seriously. You got Joe Pyfer there. I thought he would be a little more hostile. I guess he was respectful, kind of laid back for considering he is Joe Pyfer, and he is very irritable, and he likes to he can snap on a dime. Especially, you've seen the interview, I think, where it was really tense. I think it was the Full Send one where he got all pissed off. It was funny. I don't know. People are saying it's fake. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was real. My takeaway from this whole thing is that I wish in the future Joe Pyfer and Sean Strickland have a fight. That buildup would be hilarious. I felt like Kevin Holland would. Probably say something, just because him and Pyfer have very irritable style or personalities. Where I feel like Kevin Holland would just say some smart ass shit to just piss off Joe Pyfer for fun. I guess he didn't. It is what it is. He took shots at Vicente Luque. He's like, "I'm just trying to figure out what that Joaquin Buckley fight was about. And of course, Vicente Luque, he's not going to give you anything back for that. Like, Vicente Luque is the wrong guy you're trying to pick to have this intense trash talk. At most, it'll be like, I hope you show up for a fight. It's going to be a war. Like, that's about it. You're not going to get much, you know. He's kind of like a Skyrim NPC. You know, there's only a few lines he has, which it is what it is. He's a nice guy. He's not in for the promotional theatrics and all that. He comes to fight. He comes for war, but I am worried about him in this fight, but I'll talk about that later. Patchy Mix, I'm really happy to see what he's doing with the spotlight because you remember fucking Patricio Pitbull. Dalla's a bowling ball on his, what was it, the press conference for 314. Literally had nothing for the table. Patchy Mix, he has all the confidence. He's acting like the man, and that's what you want. Like, you want to have these high stakes. He's like, I'm not looking past him. I'm looking through him. And it's like, this is I belong here. Like, I like that, you know, that's good. Like I said, I really hope that Patchy Mix is a star in the making because Mario Batista, when he was there, the crowd was like, boo, boo. And then he was like, see, that's the attention, man. That's the attention I'm getting. And it is true. Like, in the fight game, the worst thing is not booze. It's crickets. Nothing. You know, that doesn't sell pay-per-views. If people hate you, that's how you sell the tickets. Like Chael Sonnen, a lot of people didn't like him back in the day. But guess what? They tuned in and he made a lot of pay-per-view money. I think he made pay-per-view money. I don't know if he's a champion, but I'm sure he had some sort of deal. Whatever. Besides the point. And yeah, no, that's about it. Yeah, is this pay-per-view, you know, a great hype build-up? The whole fight week, it's kind of been I don't know. I think a lot of the fights are going to be really good. I hope O'Malley wins. I really hope Kayla Harrison wins. If you know her story, and especially I think she adopted some kids. I don't know the whole story on it. I think it was like some relatives' kids. I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but if you know her story, she's a good person to root for. Next you got Patchy Mix. I hope Patchy Mix wins for sure. Joe Pyfer. I really hope Joe Pyfer wins. I don't think Kevin Gastelum has much to offer the division anymore. Especially he doesn't really have much of a personality, to be honest. I know he had that big war with Adesanya, but aside from that, you look at his performances, has been great. I feel like Joe Pyfer, as much as I don't think he's a title contention kind of guy, I think he has a lot of potential in like the build-ups and like especially as a heel. You know, I think he has a big potential in that sense. Kevin Holland, Vicente Luque. I don't know. Kevin Holland's kind of hit or miss, so. And then the thing is, I want Vicente Luque to retire. He's taken way too much damage, so that fight I'm kind of like, it is what it is. Yeah, no. I think that's it. The press conference was, it could have been a lot better. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.